Askreddit, what part of your personality do you fake? How fucking calm I always am. I feel this. I'm always angry and about to blow. I just have exceptional self-control so people very rarely actually see my anger issues. Extroversion. I'm a middle school teacher. I, too, get paid to be an extrovert. I'm an assistant. Patience. On the inside, I'm screaming at you to hurry up. On the outside, I'm saying, no, it's fine. Take your time. For real, I get it. Take your time, dear. Slightly smiling face. That's kind of what patience is to me. Maybe I'm too cynical. Maybe other people can say it's fine without being annoyed underneath it. Being nice. I have some pretty mean and dickish tendencies naturally, but I do my best to be nice to everyone in spite of myself. Well, I think if you make a conscious effort to be nice to people and not let some darker tendencies take over, that legit makes you a nice person. We all have a dark side in us, but what I think really counts is how we act and behave towards others. Confidence. I always give off that leader energy when I actually lack self-esteem and I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. I just don't like asking for help or bothering others, so everyone thinks highly of me when it's all just a facade. Me. Day job. You're really good in front of the client. Will you lead this meeting? I'm the most junior on the team. Night job. You're a really great server. You're so good with people, friends. You're so confident. I don't know how you do it. Inside. Oh my god, what the frack am I doing? How? I can't. Oh frack, they're looking at me. What did they say? Shit. Internal tears flow because I'm now freaking out about what this means I need to do now, and I just wanna cry myself to sleep in the corner like the emotionally stunted eccentric lady I am. Me out loud. I sure will, no problem. Oh thank you, I appreciate that. I just do it? That I care about stuff. Most of the times it's hard for me to care about anything, but pretending to care makes the people around me happy and it doesn't really take a toll on me. Edit. My first award on Reddit. Thank you, kind stranger. Edit. I do not care much for the award, but you gotta appreciate someone who just awarded you something. Same. I'm a black guy who has no discernible accent. I code switch all the time depending on who I'm talking to. I'm fairly certain no one knows what my actual accent and speech sounds like at this point. Edit. Woke up to 18,000 upvotes. Well, I'll be damned. Same here, but I'm East Asian. My personality kinda changes along with the language I am using too. Being sociable when I really want to GTF away from people. This is me. I'm the funny wisecrack at social gatherings, but what I really love is running and hiking alone. I know, and driving around alone listening to music. Being alone is restorative for me because of my job. The bubbly one when I open gifts. My face can't lie, but I at least try to sound happy. This is mine. Even if I receive a gift I love, I hate opening gifts in front of people. I hate attention and having all eyes on me. That I don't care about my grades. I care, but I can't stop myself from procrastinating and not getting stuff done, so I just play it off like I don't care. Edit. So apparently I might have undiagnosed ADHD. I'll definitely look into that. Thanks for the responses, everyone. I have this problem too. It's so stupid because it's mostly me lying to myself. Oh, you don't care about grades, then waking up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat panic because I have procrastinated to no end. I'll look at the material and get overwhelmed because it's too much work and then keep procrastinating. It's an endless cycle. I often have to fake emotional responses to meet people's expectations, especially when someone says they miss me a lot or even just saying, I love you, and I know I have to say it back even if I don't feel anything. I feel that. In general, I don't miss people. I never lead with, I missed you. For me it's always, I missed you too, and it always feel like it's a lie, and I feel bad about lying. It's so strange to me when people can sense a gap in their life for me, and I just can't manage to return that feeling. I like them and love them and empathize with them fine. I just never feel that longing for them to be around. Edit. And it's not as though I don't get lonely, but I chalk that up to a general lack of company. Being happy all the time, but it does actually make me a more joyful person. Being happy all the time is exhausting. I strive for contentment. Confidence. A fake identity ends up being your real identity if you've lived it long enough because any identity we have is just a construct, it's a choice. YouTube comment 2019. That's an interesting argument, but it doesn't apply here, Mr. Fanning. You are charged with identity theft and will serve 1 year with 5 years probation. Around my friend I'm a much weirder person, but I always fake being serious around people I don't know because I get too anxious about whether or not they like me. That's me, I'm a natural weirdo but I have to tone it down when I'm around anyone that's not my boyfriend. Empathy. I care about my loved ones, but when my coworker's marriage is falling apart and they're confiding in me, I really just don't care. However, most people I know think I'm super caring. I fake the exact opposite. I care way too much about stuff and I get too invested in matters out of my reach or control, so I moderate it to remove myself from the situation when it is too much. I don't know if this counts as faking, but I hide all my dark, negative thoughts, until I've had a bit too much to drink. I say everything out loud and my friends say they're concerned about my mental health and I should see a therapist. I do this same thing. I hardly call my parents unless I'm drunk and then when I do, I tell them about my personal problems and then wake up the next day like WTF did you do? Removed. Optimism is a tough and useful armor. You can worry about everything but make the most out of it thanks to the dam you created. Just don't be like me, take care of the cracks in the dam or empty it a bit before it's full and breaks, because oh boy does it hurt. Customer service. Had a guy come into my store last night yelling, "Get the frack out of my way," and honestly me telling him to frack off was the most genuine interaction I've had with a customer in months. All of it. I subconsciously make up a persona for every different group I meet and subsequently maintain the ruse when in appropriate company. Then, when conflicting individuals come together I get real weird. Edit. A quick edit to say the discussion stemming from this has been really interesting. Many of the replies have commented on the psychology behind the behavior as well as the good and bad points. It's nice to see camaraderie and criticisms in the comments. That said, I am currently in work and would like to take the chance to properly read and respond when I can. Smiley face. Edit. I've had a chance to read it all and there's a lot of unique perspectives. Some more editions have included reference to Myers-Briggs (INFP) and astrology Gemini for those interested. Personally I don't have faith in either of those. What's been more insightful for me is all of your anecdotal experiences of similar things. There's some good outlooks to be found below. Closing parenthesis. Dude, same. I keep very strict boundaries between different aspects of my life to keep that weirdness to a minimum. I've justified it to myself by saying it's all my personality, I just only feel comfortable sharing a tiny portion of it with any given person. As a very spontaneous person, this is scary. Like, does everyone around me have a fake personality? Do people pretend to care about me or my interests to avoid awkwardness? Thanks for the existential crisis, y'all. Don't worry, people generally overestimate how good they are at fake caring. You probably pick up on it instinctively most of the time, when it happens. I often feel uncomfortable around people who are too nice, because it's disingenuous and fake. There is a difference between being nice and being kind and I much prefer the latter. You can pick up on genuine kindness pretty easily too, it's more subtle and will go with the person's actions. Also, Reddit is skewed towards a very specific demographic, don't worry about mean people who vent here because they can't do it anywhere else. I pretend to be happy and normal when out in public, but sometimes I let my true miserable self out in my own home. Nobody's perfect, sorry. No need to apologize, we feel you. I fake empathy all the time in my job. Since I work in accounting, you'd think I have it down, but I've had a couple of client complaints in the past. I make sure bank accounts aren't drained and all you really have to do is not give out your personal information to every website you come across. Too often though people do. Then they freak out about weird charges 2 days after they gave their CC information to a person asking for it on the phone. These aren't even elderly people. Simplest thing you can do to avoid seeing me is keep tabs on your credit, watch for weird accounts and be super cautious about giving away personal info. Kudos to you for successfully faking because I couldn't do it. How do people not know to keep their info to themselves over the phone in this day and age? Being happy. Wanting to live. Enjoying my job, enjoying my life. Well, of course I know him, he's me. Being shy. There's some people that don't get to see my outgoing personality because I don't want them to. It's not about meeting strangers or anything, but if I have a bad experience or you do something I don't agree with, I can't feel comfortable around you, so I just be passive and quiet. Same. Some people just make me uncomfortable and I don't want to be super friendly or talkative around people if I'm uncomfortable with them. I also tend to be very quiet around friends who are genuinely shy, because that gives them more of a chance to speak. I don't mind being quiet if I don't have anything special to say. My shyer friends get the opportunity to talk without being talked over. People just assume I'm shy when I'm actually just comfortable and don't need to say anything to be happy at that moment. Extroversion. I've had people argue with me when I say I'm an introvert. Some people are drained by social interaction, others energized. I'm very much the former. Introversion and extroversion are often conflated with shyness and outgoingness. The drained or energized part you mentioned is introversion and extroversion. Being shy or outgoing is a different aspect. The shy introvert, or the outgoing extrovert, are stereotypical and kind of match. But, there are also outgoing introverts and shy extroverts. My one friend, an outgoing introvert, is very sociable, but you can tell when she hits a wall of too much social time as she mic drops and bails. Being professional with professionals. It's so confining and restricting, and goddamn frustrating. But I have no choice but to do it. I actually prefer it. Like, we are not interacting socially for fun, I don't give a shit about those people and don't want to, and the fact that we have guidelines and restrictions telling us exactly how to communicate makes the whole thing easy. It's good that it's not personal, cause how could it be? Keep my personal life outside of work because of course I wouldn't personally choose to be there and do that shit, we do it cause it's our job. Professionalism is in that way honest. What I hate is those we're all family and friends, company culture nonsense, or even clients who pretend they're cool and casual. That type is always the one who knows no boundaries, harasses all the time, and overall is just homicide-inducing. My orgasms. Bruh, you can just switch hands if your arm gets tired. I always try to look happy. I really want to tell my friends how I actually feel, but I'm afraid that they'll treat me differently and feel like they're obligated to be with me. Feel ya. And sometimes, when I am in really dark places, I can't stop thinking about if they only are my friends because they know I am faking. Like, whenever I do really dull and they laugh even though I am sure it was not funny at all, I start thinking about what if and shit. Your kid is very cute and I am very happy that you have what you want. Oh, look, you're showing me another picture. Oh, okay, we're back to talking about your kids. I don't give two flying fracks on a giraffe about your children. I just don't care about that part and I have to fake it very hard to even act like I give one damn. Because I don't. Not one. Same. Not even 3/16 of a rat's left glute. Confidence. Same, but after a while you actually get more confident. Fake it till you make it. Being nice about people's kids. Like the type of people that shove their kids' pics in your face at work and say, look at this, isn't it just the cutest, and all play along, but damn do I not care. I don't show my kids off like they're some trophies, and yes I still love them and am proud of them, which some people question when I say that. They're just really nobody's business other than mine, my family, and my close friends. There are times I daydream I could say my true thoughts regarding this. I fake being very unemotional. In actuality I'm kinda soft-hearted when not around people. Diss me. I come off as intimidating but have the soul of a 5-year-old. Pretending not to care about things. Yeah, I noticed all those little quirks you try to hide. That weird way you click your knuckles or wrist constantly, like some sort of compulsion. That you glanced at me for a half-second when you entered the room. Or that my friend gets a hug but I don't. I wanted a hug too. I just pretend I don't care because I want everyone to feel comfortable by going along with the flow. I also do care about your jokes at my expense, or at someone else's expense. But they're not here with us, so I'd rather we just have fun and relax rather than ruin the mood by bringing it up. Unfortunately, being extremely shy can be mistaken for stoicism. I'm not stoic, I'm just very awkward and pretending that I'm not for everybody's comfort. Yep, I fake that I don't notice or think about the implications of all these actions that you're doing. Sometimes fake that didn't see something altogether. And I do this to keep others comfortable and not to seem like a weirdo that is so obsessed with you that I noticed you show up 100 yards away. I'm not obsessed. I'm just really observant and like to be aware of my surroundings. Being professional at work, I'm sometimes only doing it 'cause I have bills to pay and I don't want to get sacked, but I would love to say what I want at work. I'm sure that's true for most of us. I have no clue, I don't even know anymore. I lie to others, I lie to myself, I just don't know. It's pretty common nowadays, so don't worry. It's great that you realize that there is something going on that isn't good and needs to change. Try to understand why you act like this. Why do you tell lies? Do you think you have to fit into a certain role your social circle has molded for you? Do you think you are not good enough or don't have the right to be yourself? The key is self-love. Many people hate themselves and don't even realize it. Accept yourself just the way you are. Practice being kind to yourself. You'll see how much will change in a couple of weeks of doing this. Good luck. I spend 100% of my day breathing in, pretending I am not as fat as I actually am. I understand this so much. I do the same. Hugs to you. Please subscribe. Multiple videos uploaded daily.